How is it going, everybody? You're watching Then About Tech, and today I'm gonna show you this. Well, give me a second. It's gonna ring anytime now, so bear with me. Yep, how to do this. How to hide your caller ID on your iPhone, meaning you'll be able to phone anyone and they won't know it's you. Please keep in mind that this will work even if the other person has your contact. So in fact, you'll be able to call anyone and the other person will never know it's you. Please keep in mind that this video is complete and universal. So I'm gonna show you two methods on how you can hide your caller ID, meaning that this will work for any and all iPhones in any and all regions of the world and countries in the world. So let's get started. Please keep in mind that there are actually two ways to do it. Method number one is the easiest, most convenient, but it doesn't work for everyone. And of course, that's method number two, which is completely universal. Okay, so let's start with method number one, which is the easiest and most convenient. All you have to do is open up your settings. And yes, this method is already compatible with iOS 18, okay? And then go to search and look for phone, as you can see right here. So phone, tap on it. And then as you can see, you're gonna scroll just a bit down until you see show my caller ID. Tap on it, it's gonna load. And then as easy as that, all you have to do is disable it. So as soon as you disable it, it won't show the caller ID to the other person anymore. So every single phone call you made from now on, when this feature is disabled, it'll show no caller ID or unknown caller or anything else unknown, but it will never show your number, okay? Even if the person has your contact, as I mentioned. The thing is, the problem with this method is this option doesn't show up for everyone. For some people, if you come back here on your settings, on your phone settings, you just don't see this option. Or even if you do see it, sometimes it doesn't load, and others it does load, but it's grayed out, so you can't disable it. That's why there's method number two. So don't worry, I'm gonna show that in a second. Just to prove it to you that it works as easy as that, I have disabled, as you can see here, the feature, and then I'm gonna phone the person normally. So I'm gonna dial the number manually, and you see it'll show here no caller ID. Let me show you right now. So the great thing about method number one is that you can either manually dial the number, or you can simply go to your contacts and phone someone directly from your contact book or directly from your recents. It doesn't matter how you actually phone, you make the call, it'll always hide the caller ID. That's why it's super convenient. Let me manually dial it in just to show you. I'm just gonna type in the number. So I'm gonna go for country code, as you can see right here. And now naturally, I'm gonna blur the rest of the number. And now I'm just gonna phone. So as you can see, it picked up the contact. All right, as you can see, perfect. And then it's gonna phone right here. It's gonna ring right here. And as you can see, no caller ID, as you can see. So as easy as that, I just disable the feature in settings and then I'm good to go. Now, if for you are one of those unlucky people, unfortunately, that you don't have this option right here on your settings, the show caller ID, you have two alternatives, right? Number one, phone your carrier. Call them and ask to get the show my caller ID option because they can enable that, okay? So you can phone them, tell them you want this feature on your iPhone and demand that. If for some reason it doesn't work or they're not easy to talk to or something like that, you have here the universal way, how you can actually manage to hide any caller ID anywhere around the world. You actually need to type in, before dialing the number, a code. And that's why this second method is not so convenient, because it'll actually require you to manually type in. And depending on where you are in the world, this code may vary. Of course, I'm gonna have a full list in the description down below, but I'm gonna tell you right now. So if you are in the US, Canada, or Mexico, your code is *67, and then you type in the number normally. So the code and everything else. And then when you phone, it's actually gonna hide the caller ID, okay? Regardless of that feature, even if you don't have it, it's gonna work, okay? If you are in South America or in Europe, so most countries of Europe, what you're gonna do is actually go for hashtag 31 hashtag, and then the rest of the number once again, and phone, and then it'll hide the number. For other countries, it'll be asterisk 31 hashtag, and for others, it'll be 141. And then the rest of the number. So as you can see, there are a few options, and I'll have a direct link in the description as I mentioned. And of course, I'm gonna prove it to you that it works. So let's go ahead, open up your settings, enable show my caller ID, meaning that it is enabled, right? If I phone somebody, it's gonna show my number, and I'm gonna use my code. And since I am in Brazil, right, I'm gonna use hashtag 31 hashtag. Okay, and then I'm gonna type in manually the rest of the number. So let's do it. Now, let's phone. As you can see, it's gonna pick up your contact, which is great because you can confirm it's the correct number, right? And I'm gonna show you that we have no caller ID. And I know a lot of you guys are gonna say, yeah, Daniel, but maybe you have like cut the video and re-enable the feature. You know I don't do this kind of thing. So I'm gonna exit here. I'm still phoning, okay? And I'm gonna come here and show you that show my caller ID is enabled. So it was supposed to be showing here my number, but it isn't because this method actually works. Now let me just hang up because I'm going to voicemail right here. So as you can see, even with the show my caller ID enabled, it does work with the code. But of course, please keep in mind to check where you are in the world, your country, and everything else, and this will work for you. Either method number one, which is way more convenient, or method number two, which is a little bit more work, but also works. So, thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you on the next videos with you guys. Bye-bye.